Hello there everyone, I hope that you're doing fantastic on this beautiful day, which is the 31st of December. And in this video, guys and girls, today I decided to talk about my honest prediction for Bitcoin for 2023 and what we are expecting and what is going to be my strategy. And the things that I'm looking currently are geopolitics, macroeconomics, war in Ukraine, also the probabilities of recession, and so many other things like CBDCs. We're going to talk briefly about CBDCs and the chances of CBDCs actually killing crypto. That's what a lot of people are worried about, and also looking at some of the technicals in general. So quite frankly, this year has been an incredible one in general. I hope that your year was also amazing, because mine was. And I just really quickly want to take this opportunity to just say Merry Christmas once again, and a happy upcoming New Year's Eve, which is today. And I wish you to achieve all your dreams, all your goals, everything you've set out to achieve for 2023. I sincerely, Mr. Spot On, I wish you to achieve those goals in 2023. And thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of my incredible community here on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram. Honestly, even though I'm very harsh sometimes, I really love each single one of you. And I hope that you know this, and I hope that you understand this. So anyway, let's just get into this awesome topic that I got this New Year's Eve congratulations out of the way, and let's just get into this. And technically, really, we're not really seeing, again, very much, but this isn't what we care about, really. What we want to do is we want to zoom out, and we're gonna see exactly a picture that we've already seen before. We had this drawdown, then actually a pump in the middle of a bear market, then a COVID crash, but in general, we could be standing somewhere on a brink of another crash. This is something we spoke about so much already. And then, but it doesn't, even if we're gonna see a bottom soon, it doesn't really mean we're gonna go into a bull market. The bull market is gonna come much, much later. I think personally that the bottom of the market is going to be in 2023. So I think that the bottom is not in yet. There is a chance. That's why I'm a big Bitcoin bull, and you know me, and you know that I've been accumulating quite heavily. I'm gonna link a video where I've been buying myself 30 Bitcoin. And again, I've been doing this simply because it's very difficult to predict exactly where the bottom is. Nobody can do it. Not Goldman Sachs, not BlackRock, not JP Morgan, nobody. Sometimes JP Morgan is bullish one week and then bearish the other week, you know, like on macro scheme of things. So that's why it's very difficult for anyone really to navigate these tough times. That's why we have to just buy into the assets we believe in. And Bitcoin in general, I think it's the biggest revolution in the world. I honestly think so. That's why I'm buying Bitcoin, because I think it's a true definition of proprietary rights. It's something that you can really own anonymously. Because even once the digital IDs come out, and tell me in the comments if I should do a video about digital IDs. Once the digital IDs come out, and you will remember what I'm saying right now, the governments will have total control over you. Everything you do, every step you make, every dollar that you spend. CBDCs might have a little bit to do with, and we're going to talk about these in just a second. And this is when owning a house will be not as popular as owning Bitcoin, in my honest opinion, even though a house is a physical object. But still, Bitcoin is going to be more true, proprietary right. It's something that you can really own, and something that cannot be just taken away by one click just because of the DeFi and everything else that you can do in the blockchain. So, and also, deflationary look what happened to the dollar. Guys, tell me in the comments, do you still believe in the dollar? I still hold the dollar just in case. Certainly I'm not an idiot, but to hold everything in one asset. But at the same time, look at what happened over the last, a few decades. It went down by 96%, and it's staying down, and it's gonna go much lower because Fed is gonna still start printing money again. Bitcoin doesn't have this problem. Ethereum doesn't have this problem, and so many other cryptocurrencies, but mainly Bitcoin doesn't have this problem. So it is the future, and that's the value. Intrinsic value of it is financial freedom, actual transparency, true proprietary rights, and just in general, it being deflationary, so a true asset that should have been created long ago. And well, there are many other reasons why it's awesome. Let's not talk about this. So for 2023, do I believe that Bitcoin is gonna rally like crazy in 2023? And the answer is not really. So when it comes to this right here, Central Bank of Nigeria limits cash withdrawals to drive CBDCs and digital payments adoption. So they created a CBDC. So a CBDC is a actual cryptocurrency created by a central bank of any government. And so many governments are working on this right now. And so many people have said that Thomas, once it comes out, they will ban crypto, it's gonna die. So, and I told you before, it's not gonna happen because people are simply not gonna trust the government. They're still simply not gonna buy stupid CBDCs because it's no much different from what the currencies we have now, and they're shit. So, and as a great example, what happened, here is a result. Less than 5% of Nigerians have used the country's CBDCs, Naira or whatever, a year after its launch. 0.5%, Nigeria being the biggest country in crypto in general. Like so many, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I think like 30% of people of the population of Nigeria have actually been using crypto. So it's like a crazy number, but I might be wrong on the number. But it still is far more than 0.5%. People don't trust the government. That's why the crypto is so valuable. So and now what happened? Nigeria is looking to legalize Bitcoin usage. Da-da-da-dam. So CBDC failed in Nigeria and it will fail everywhere else. Okay, digital dollar, digital yen, maybe they will make it and people maybe will be forced to use it, but they will not ban crypto. This is gonna be the same situation as we are seeing in Nigeria right now. They failed. Now the next thing that is very important for us to understand is Russia. And Russia just fired heavy salvo on Ukraine, ruling out peace talks. So what this is that there was just recently a huge escalation again. We were hoping that there could be some peace talks finally in this 21st century. Comment down below if you really want to see this nonsense and this bloodshed to come to the end. It's just unnecessary, but it is what it is. Everybody's got their own reasons, I suppose. So, and this is what we really were hoping to come to the end, because if this would come to the end, I honestly think that in 2023 we will finally see the end of the war in Ukraine. So this is going to also solve a lot of issues in terms of geopolitics, macroeconomics, etc. Because the war in Ukraine is not doing anybody any good in the world. And the same thing goes for China, stupid COVID lockdown in China. So this is something that will also be resolved in 2023, I believe, which is going to bring a lot of demand for oil. So that might affect the inflation in a long-term perspective, but at the same time, it's going to solve some of the supply chain issues, which is also going to come in 2023. So 2023 is a very big year. And certainly, most importantly, is going to be the recession. So that right now, as it says here, that we are saying that the probability of a US recession has spiked to 96%. I don't really believe in this number. I don't think that the chances of a recession currently are 96%. I'd probably say it's currently like 50 to 60%. So I would more be inclined to agree with Goldman Sachs on this one rather than, well, Goldman Sachs said 35%, but they mentioned the consensus among all the biggest banks and stuff. So they're saying about 60 to 65%. So this US recession probability model is saying 96%. So we already know that if we're going to see a huge recession, that everything is going to dump because Fed is going to pivot too late, etc., and is going to be just extremely painful. But when it comes to my opinion as to what I'm expecting from Bitcoin, I'm getting to the most important point here, is that, guys, the thing is that I'm studying so many things on the daily basis. I'm reading so many different reports from banks, from institutions, from the governments, and I have an analytical team as well. And certainly, just as a disclaimer, never keep more than 50% of your money in crypto. So never, keep it in watches, cars, real estate, stocks, cash, whatever, just not crypto, just in case. Because we never know, I don't have a crystal ball either. But I have a huge bet, about 50% of my money is in crypto. And it's in millions of dollars. So if I lose, I will lose big, but I will not lose everything. And if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna become a very wealthy man. So, and I humbly believe that with everything that we're seeing, with this whole development in the world and the desire of people for a change, and seeing this mass adoption, seeing all these big players moving into Bitcoin right now in the dark, while everything is so bad, and while so many of you, of my dear followers and subscribers, screaming in the comments, crypto is going to zero. It's not. I think that there is a 99% chance of it actually mooning in 2024. But when it comes to for 2023, I think we're gonna see the same as we've seen in the previous bear markets. I think the whole 2023 is gonna be, number one, there is a big possibility of a big dump if we're gonna actually see a big recession. And if it's not gonna be a recession, it still is gonna be a prolonged time of uncertainty until we see a proof from Fed and from the macroeconomical data that we're actually getting out of this deep hole economically. And that's when we're gonna see a lot of interesting things come out, like XRP lawsuit, then Arabia and the Gulf states opening up to crypto, and finally zero COVID policy in China coming to the end, maybe the war in Russia, actually in Ukraine coming to the end, etc. So many different catalysts that is a cherry on top. In the beginning of 2024, we're gonna see the Bitcoin halving actually take place, and this is where we're gonna rally. But I think we're gonna find the bottom somewhere closer to the middle of 2023, if this wasn't already the bottom. So in my opinion, 2023 is gonna be very boring, but at the same time, it's gonna be the biggest opportunity of my lifetime, of your lifetime, but at least there is a big chance that it will be the biggest opportunities of our lifetimes. Guys and girls, once again, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Go into 2023 with the right desire to sustain and go through this bear market, suffer this pain a little bit for the greater good and for the greater purpose. Thomas Crollo, peace and love. Stay smart, stay rich. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll also see you in 2023. Bye-bye.